So it's Luke here for SimBoxx, joined by Nathan Farrell, the Natrix. How are we doing, Nathan?
I'm good, thank you, mate.
Good man, good man. So we see you got the gloves on now, we've just been doing a bit before the injury?
Yeah. Just getting ready to train now in a minute, so
nice,
getting gloved up now, I'm nice and warm.
Okay, so how's camp been going?
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, at the start of the year when I first was getting back into full-time training, I told people it'd take me a few fights before I found my peak fitness and my best performances. A couple of fights got cancelled, but I've been training all the way through, all year round really. And I can see now with that debut under my belt, since that fight, I reckon I'm twice as fit as that debut, and I felt fine in the debut. So I'm looking forward to Sunday to see how good I feel now that I've got that first fight under my belt, 4 rounds under my belt, and another training camp.
Definitely. Obviously, looking back at it, your debut, I was on a good card with it being the next gen, JD next gen with Matchroom. Quite a high platform for your debut. So we're really proud.
Yeah, no, I was buzzing. It was like it was the perfect comeback sort of after what I've been through in my life and stuff like that, and to get back. I did just plan on I only came back to fight just for the sake of fighting. I'd never even planned for fighting on a Matchroom show or anything like that, but the opportunity came for me to fight on it, and it ended up a perfect comeback fight, to be fair.
Nice. Now, if we can go back, just a little bit before that, you were speaking about off camera, about back in the amateur days and stuff like that. Can you just for people that might not know the backstory, just fill in a bit about what you used to do on the amateur circuit and how it came to be into being in
Yeah, well, basically my first ever sport was football, and that was my only sport, and I was very good at football, but I broke my right knee, and after that I was in a wheelchair for 6 months. It was quite a bad break. That was when I was 9 years of age. My next sport after that was actually darts. It wasn't boxing, it was darts, so I was in my wheelchair throwing darts.
Still throwing the hands.
Exactly, yeah. That's how I got into darts, was in my wheelchair. And then from then till 13, I was playing in the pub tournaments, and then I got picked for Lancashire County Darts, which is the next step.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm not into the pub scene or anything like that. In my head, I was thinking I want to be a professional dart player.
Right, okay.
So at the time, that was my focus. So I broke into that next stage of darts.
And this is all from while you're in the wheelchair, or did you
progressively come out? Obviously, once I got out of the wheelchair, then
I
was back on my feet, and I was throwing darts for real then. And I was beating, when I was 12, 13, I was beating grown men in the pubs and stuff like that, easily. But then, I was a little bit chubby, so I went down to the boxing gym, obviously with the link with Kieran. I'd always been around boxing, used to go watching him. He was fighting since he was 9 years of age, so I'd always been around it a little bit. But yeah, I went to the boxing gym to get a bit of weight off, but then within 2 weeks, I realised that I was pretty good, and the time came, it just wasn't anyone influencing me, just myself. I thought, you know what, I'd rather box than throw darts. So from that day on, I put the darts down and took to the boxing, and my career sort of took off quite fast. Won all my amateur fights in the space of 2 seasons. I became national champion. I beat 3 future national champions, so the form was good. I beat the likes of Darren Tetler, who's about 18 and 0 as a pro now. He's a very good fighter. I beat him in my semi-final. Beat another undefeated kid in my final. And then, but when Kieran turned pro, he sort of left amateur boxing with a bad taste in his mouth because he got overlooked for, I think it was like a European Championships or something like that, and it was unfairly, so he sort of a bad taste in his mouth. So I left amateur boxing because I was like, me and Kieran was like that.
Yeah, of course.
Probably shouldn't have done, to be honest with you. I should have carried on because I was
brothers back, of course.
But I was like, fuck you, basically. And I was basically training with him for all these pro fights, but obviously I wasn't fighting because I left amateur boxing, and I wasn't old enough when I was 18. But when I turned 18, that's when he had his brain injury. So unfortunately, from that point onwards, I got all the depression and all that carry on. I was having nightmares of him boxing and stuff like that. And then just as I got over that, I got my most recent knee injury, which was an ACL complete rupture, and that it ended up in a disaster for 4.5 years.
So if you don't mind me asking, how did the second one come about? Was that football again?
Football again.
Was it, yeah?
Basically, my older brother, he made a football team. It was a Sunday league team,
Right.
and because I was a good player, he begged me to play.
Right, okay.
So I thought, you know what, I'll have a kick about. But on the very first game, someone went through me, and the same knee. So he'd probably been a bit of a weak spot.
Yeah.
Because even when I was boxing amateur, I used to wear a thing over it, just for a bit of more in my mind than anything else. But yeah, my right knee went again. This time it was the ligaments and not the bones. And to be fair, this one's been the worst injury I've ever had, to be honest.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm no medical expert, but they always say when it's the ligament rather than the bone,
Yeah.
It's always a longer process and much more severe
honestly,
injury.
So a standard procedure, you're looking to get back within 12 months, but I was sort of dragged along for 4 years. I kept going back and forth to the hospital.
Yeah.
Did nothing for me really. And then 4.5 years later, I basically was told your knee's in bad nick, and that's it. So I had to go away and sort my own knee out really.
So how many times with these visits to the doctors, like I mean, to think where you're at now, about to approach your second pro fight, you've had the first one, like you say, on such a big stage. This isn't even a pipe dream of this. This isn't even in your wildest dreams at that point. It's unbelievable.
I'll be honest with you, I just got shivers down the spine when you said that. Because you just took me back to, say, like 18 months ago when I was in a bad way. I never planned on boxing ever again because I never could. It wasn't even possible. There wasn't even a slight possibility. It just wasn't. It was gone. Even in my own head, it was gone. I had everyone saying you can't come back doing this and doing that. Even in my head, at one point, at a stage where I was so physically bad and then mentally a mess, it was gone, and all I wanted to be was okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So boxing was gone. I didn't want to box again. Never planned on boxing again, but you sort of get to a point where you're so low with your injury, but that fighter inside's like, well, you know what? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back and fight. It was deluded.
Yeah.
I got told I was deluded.
So was this like a brain spasm? Was this just like a flash, or was it something you kind of wanted to build to? Was it just an overnight thing?
Well, I started training people, and I felt like, although I loved training, I trained pros, trained amateurs, I was training champions. Yeah. So I knew he had an ability and a good knowledge of boxing. I've always known that, but I sort of felt like I wasn't getting no credit for it. I felt like there's more in you, even though you forget your knee, forget your depression. There's more in you, and the world should know more about you. Because I was going under the radar, and as my knee was. I was working away on my knee all the time behind closed doors. And I was trying to get it going, trying to get it strong, trying to get my legs strong. And slowly but surely I thought, come on, your Nathan Farrell is capable in life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like a fight between me and me. Yeah. No one else, just inside, I just needed to prove something to myself. And I just thought to myself, if I can get back, and even if I can get back and spar, that would have been a miracle. And when I first tried to spar, it ended in disaster. My knee wasn't great, and I had a couple of fuck-ups, and I had to get over them. And I thought, well, just try again. And I kept having these disasters. I was like, wow, it's really gone. But then I can't even put my finger on the turning point. I just kept working away, trying everything. At one point, I bought this squat rack, and I was putting about 80 kilo on it with a terrible knee, and I was squatting, and my knee wouldn't even bend, but I was
freaking nature.
I was forcing my knee to bend, and I was like, what else can I do? Because it wasn't even in work. I was doing private training, which was keeping me going, but I wasn't in work full time or anything. I was like, I need to change my life, I don't have a choice. So I was squatting weights, and my knee was just getting tiny bit better. But then once I got to one stage, I was physically able to do more. Then I'd have a bit of a bad do, but then I'd get to the next stage, and then I was physically able even more. And then it just kept going, and I just kept going. I've not questioned it, because if I did sit down and question it, my head would fall off because I'd be like, how is this all happening? But thankfully, I've just kept going, and that's all I'm concentrating on doing right now, just carrying on.
Yeah, so with Nathan, to pick back up where we was at with the saying about your knee recuperating, feeling stronger little by little.
Yeah.
That's what he wastes the song, you know. Yeah. So as you were.
Well, like I said, I'm not questioning it anymore because I've questioned so many things in my own head over the time, and it's just ended me in being confused about life, questioning life. And there's one thing I'm not going to question, and it's how the fuck I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I'm just not going to question it. I'm just going along with it. Yeah. And obviously I've got my second pro fight on Sunday, and once I go in there and win that, I will get back in the gym and I will carry on improving my health, improving everything, working on my boxing, and I'm just not questioning it anymore.
Nice. So obviously, you know, as much like say you're not questioning it, but you know, you had such like a, you achieved so much as an amateur, you know, back in those days. Is the goals, is the aims, is the
well, mate, like, I've got a scrapbook at home, yeah, and it might not be a big deal to anybody else, but to me it's a big deal. It's got all my amateur fights in there, all my achievements, and for years I flick through it and then all of a sudden it stops, and I'm like, it just annoyed me a little bit. Even when I didn't plan on fighting again, I still flick through it and I'm like, well, that's a shame now, because I never lost a fight.
Yeah.
And it's like, the national champion never lost a fight. What happened to him? And there's been people who like kicked me when I'm down, but that's given me the motivation that I needed to get over this recent injury, get over my mental demons or whatever you want to call them, my mental health struggle, and but
I think with the way you are, you know, your self-positivity, your self-motivation, and everything that you've overcome, you know, I'm only, you know, speculating from the outside looking in, but surely there's not too much that anyone can say that you've not already thought to yourself, you know, and not already had to deal with, and overcome so much bigger obstacles.
Mate, it's like I got to a point in my life where nobody expected anything of me anymore. I was a relative nobody, and anything that I ever did in my life from that point on was a bonus. And it's just, maybe I needed all that pressure from years ago taken off me. Because when I did what I did as an amateur, I was reading things on forums saying this Nathan Farrell kid's fucking this and that, and I was like, I don't even think I'm that good. Do you know what I mean? I enjoy boxing. I go in and do my thing. I can see that I'm good because I'm winning my fights. But there's some like randomers from London, Yorkshire saying, "Did you see that guy in the championships? He could beat all the seniors now." And I'm reading it like. Like, nah, you're alright, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a little bit of that maybe has made it easy for me to stay away over the years, but it got to a point now where all those comments turned into, oh, it's a shame about him, and then I'm reading comments about me saying it's a shame about him, and I'm like, why is people pitying me?
Yeah.
And like, that's made me feel even worse, you know what I mean?
Sometimes obviously pity is worse than
hate,
at least you know where you stand.
So the complete opposite has happened, and I'm reading that now, I'm thinking, well, I need to get my act together, sort of thing. Yeah. And you know, outside comments, whether they're good or bad, supportive or less supportive, they all add up and motivate you to do what you do. So
definitely. I mean, like I say, you can 100% see that you've turned the corner as such, you know, and everything's, you know, a lot brighter than it was. You only have to take one look at your social media, for instance, you know, your day-to-day activities, like your tarmac and everything else, and the banter that comes along with it. You can clearly see the positivity comes out in that, and it's really good to see.
Well, mate, to be honest with you, you know, I'm not blaming anyone, but a human being don't help sometimes. You know, when you're a bit down and that. I'll be honest with you, when I'm left alone, I don't mean left alone in terms of like an anti-social way, but when I'm left to my own devices, I'm quite a successful guy. I'll focus on a goal and I'll achieve it. But it's when people, you know, stick their opinion in and cause a bit of drama, you can derail me, you know, in that respect. Maybe not so much anymore because even though, you know, I'm just turned 26, but I believe I'm a lot wiser beyond those years with all the trials and tribulations that I've had in my life. They've made me a lot wiser guy. It's like, when something goes wrong, in the past that'd make my head fall off. I'd be like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. But these days, I just say, well, whatever, sounded. Like, if I had like 10 opponents pull out.
Well, this was something I was going to get onto,
And it didn't bother me in the slightest.
Right, okay.
It didn't bother me. Because
from the outside looking in, and you could see it as like, you know, you could overcome everything, you got yourself physically ready, you know, you got your mindset, and you know, getting over the injuries. And then you think, all I've got to do is get in the ring, but then if there's no opponent,
well,
there's
I
no
had three, I think it was 3 dates before that debut cancelled.
Yep.
The first one really annoyed me because I was emotionally into it.
Is this
like
the one back in March?
March at Bolton,
yeah.
And I was emotionally driven for that. So I'm glad it got cancelled, to be honest, because I don't like being emotionally driven in that respect. Not in boxing. I like to box with my mind and not necessarily. But for that one, I was really like, this is my comeback. This is my night where I tell everyone like I came back, and I was well into it, and so was everyone else. It was
I remember
a little bit too emotional, you know what I mean? So that one got cancelled, and that one really did me head in. I got down a bit for a couple of weeks after that, and Kieran had to pick me up and say, you'll get another date, don't worry about it. Then Manchester Arena was supposed to happen July the 6th, and I was training hard and I was ready for that. That got cancelled the week before.
To be honest, I mean, not to go off subject, that was a shambles from the get-go, you know, and I've got a lot of time and a lot of respect for the fighters that was on there, because, you know, there was a lot of domestic fighters, a lot of local domestic fighters in the Manchester area, you know, that was, so then that's you know, as big as it's going to get fighting in Manchester, even if it's just that one time.
I couldn't wait to do it. Like I was saying to kids, like just to box in there and whatever happened after that.
You know, nights with Crawler, Ricky Hatton, you know, and then you're doing the same ring walk.
Exactly, mate. So when that one got cancelled, got a bit angry, but to be fair, this is where I've seen a change in myself. I was angry for a few hours, not angry but upset. So I nipped home from Kieran's wedding, had a little chill out, took my suit off, put my tracksuit back on and got a taxi back to the wedding venue. And then the day later I was fine again. So I noticed that I'm learning to just to let things blow over my head. Okay. It's like when all the opponents have been changed, it can start making you panic, thinking I'm not going to fight. But every time he said he's not having it, I've just gone, sound whatever.
So, you know, with the opponents on the blowing out, do you think this is like, you know, is it just bad luck? Is it a gift and a curse because you're amateur days and people just don't fancy it?
There's people who don't fancy it. There's people who it happens anyway.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the managers who have a lot of away fighters basically said to Kieran, they're all seeing videos on social media and they're all hearing that your brother's quite warm, I think he said, so they don't want fighting. So basically that is the truth in that respect.
Yeah, it's a bit of a story. It's almost like a backhanded compliment because you like do a lesson it, entice
mate, you know what? You know what's even worse? I don't want to get myself in a lot of hard sparring now, by the way, but you know, it's been hard to get sparring as well, to be honest, because I'm now down at 10 stone and I'm very big for 10 stone, and I've had to spar like light heavyweights and stuff in this gym, and I do very well with them. And you don't look at me like this guy's a 10 stone fighter.
So what's your ideal weight? You see, like, is it a weight where you want to be at, and are you happy where you're at the minute?
When I came back, I thought I might have been boxing at light middleweight. I looked like a middleweight, and I obviously had body fat on me, but look at the size of me and the height, you're thinking light middleweight, or if you can make welter, you'll be good. You'll be a big welter. They was all saying, wow, when I was sparring light heavyweights, they was all saying, wow, that's a big punch for welterweight. And then as time has shown, I've gone below welterweight and I'm a super lightweight now.
Yeah, well, you know, I was shocked when, like I say, I like to make notes before going to speak to the chaps, and when I seen it, he said super lightweight. You know, I was taking it back. I was like, have you got this wrong?
Mate, honestly, and you know what's even worse, what's even madder, it's not a struggle. It's just fell off me. I think because I've not had this regular training for years. I've been training all year round and my body's just gone, it's found its weight, and I'm not struggling at super lightweight. I wouldn't try and make lightweight because that's what Kieran boxed at, and I'm a bit bigger than him from when he was boxing when he was 21. I wouldn't even bother. If I killed myself to make it, I'd probably make it, but you don't want to kill yourself. That's what Kieran did to. He should have been a light welterweight himself. I'm surprised that I'm a super lightweight, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not questioning things anymore. I'm just thinking the universe is making shit happen for me. So I'm just going along with
I
it.
suppose that's something we've already spoke about. Like, it shouldn't surprise anymore. You know, we shouldn't be surprised by the fact that you can make like super lightweight.
No, that's it. I'm just not questioning.
Honestly, can't question it anymore.
I did a bit of skipping the other night. Didn't do much training over the weekend. I was resting, but I did a little bit of skipping and I had 20 minutes in the sauna. I got out and I was on weight. I thought, fucking hell. I'm not questioning it. I'm just not like.
I think by the time this goes out, there'll be plenty of fighters getting in touch saying, "What's
the
magic?"
Yeah, people have said, "How are you making super
Yeah.
lightweight? You look like a light middleweight." And I'm like, I'm not even dieting hard.
Yeah.
I'm not on a mad strict diet. I have my certain foods, but it's like I'll have a sugar in my cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am not absolute strict on my diet, and it's still getting down to super lightweight nicely.
No, you know, just to finish. Obviously, you've got the fight coming up on Sunday. It's a cracking bill, by the way. Something I was going to speak to Kieran about.
Brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant.
So you've already mentioned you get the win there. If we're looking over to the next 12 months, what do you see for yourself? What would Mystic Meg predict for the next 12 months?
Well, to be honest, when I had my debut on the Matchroom show, after that, those guys was quite. They seemed to be a bit buzzing about me and that. They all thought he's probably just Kieran Farrell's brother. Nobody knows who he is. He's probably not even good. But then when I boxed, they was all like, "Hey, that was good." And they were saying to Kieran, "How far do you think he can go?" and stuff like that. And they actually said they've got shows coming up, and they'll get me on and stuff like that. So I was like, "Oh wow."
Yeah, there is the rumoured Matchroom card in November. You know,
well,
Crawler and.
I'm not saying shit. Well, mate, fingers crossed with that. If I get a win on Sunday, then I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they'll put me on that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And that'll be in November, and then I'm happy to pack it up for the year. For that, after that, I'll be 3-0 at the end of the year, 3 fights in 3 months, whatever it is. But if like say Joe Gallagher's got a show in December or whatever, if they asked me to go on it, I'd say, fuck it, I'm not doing anything else. 4-0 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That'd be beyond my wildest dreams. Because just getting back and having one fight was the dream. But now I'm like, people are saying, get your brother doing this, get your brother. They all want to know it. It's like, wow, what's going on? But and in the next 12 months, just more of the same, really. Just literally more of the same. Hopefully a bit more regular sparring. And I just want to see what all the important people are saying, because they seem interested in all that. And so in my head, I've not planned any further than 3-0. So I'm 1-0 now. I'll be 2-0 come Sunday, and then I'll hopefully be 3-0 come November. And then I want to see what people are saying. So, and then once I know where I'm at, mid-November or early December, then I can plan forward.
Definitely. So anyway, cheers for your time, mate. You know, it's massively appreciated. You know, it's a cracking chat. All the best for Sunday, and we'll catch up after you fight Sunday.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.